Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media. And before we start, you might have seen that there was another video that went onto the channel. That one really dialing into Smackdown. I thought there was quite a few talking points that kind of came out of this week's episode. And actually, I think this might be something we're just going to do for a little bit, just to see if there's an appetite for it. I can get those videos out quite quickly after the show, and also I think it allows us to kind of dig into the talking points of that show, and then of course Unseen can just sort of like follow later on, right? So hence why I've got all this and I've got Unseen usual stuff ready to show you, right? So big thank you to everyone that checked that out. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. Be great to get some feedback if that's something people think has got value. But let's turn our attention to this, shall we? This is the WWE folder, and Slapjack has got a filing. WWE has got a new trademark filing for Slapjack, which just doesn't make any sense because Slapjack was part of Retribution. Retribution is no more. I believe this character was played by Shane Thorne, who I think is with New Japan right now. I'm certainly not aware that they're looking to bring him back, and if they were, I very much doubt he would want to come back as Slapjack. So I don't get this. I don't understand this. I'd love to see some update as to why they're doing this or why they've done this. But yeah, there we go. Something to be aware of. Perhaps it will become a bit more obvious down the road. I don't know. Jay Omega, thank you. Okay, Liv Morgan. So Livin Uzi, thank you. So Liv Morgan was slated for a new medical evaluation this week to see where things stood with her recovery from a separated shoulder. There were some that were expecting her at Raw this week for that process, but she was not at TV. The hope internally is that she'll be back in early, like 2026. That coming from PW Insider. So Livin Uzi saying maybe the Rumble winner. I don't know if she'll win the Rumble. I suppose she's got to be amongst the favourites. I mean, I could see her being a Rumble winner, but I think her just coming back at the Rumble could make a lot of sense. You know, like how Alexa did this year, coming back at the Rumble. So definitely feels like that's the direction we're going. Word Wrestling, thank you. WWE has apparently got an option to buy TNA. Apparently they've got first refusal, which is really interesting. So that means if someone's going to come in and buy TNA, like WWE need to be told about it, and they need to be given the option to match that or better that offer. Obviously they could turn around and say we're not interested at this time, but I don't know, man. I think it would be really interesting for WWE to think about purchasing TNA. I mean, we did quite a lengthy conversation in our watch-along about why that would be a good idea, how TNA fits into the WWE landscape, and, you know, how it could best be served, like what it could achieve for WWE. I think there's a real argument that WWE would benefit greatly by purchasing TNA. So, don't know, at the moment, TNA is still, you know, not sold or anything like that, but there are these big rumours doing the rounds. Brady, thank you. So here, look, we've got information that the Wyatt Sicks and Rusev, bit of a weird combination, but Wyatt Sicks and Rusev, they are going to be appearing at an exclusive pre-show party. That's over in Paris. So, I mean, I don't think we've seen the full Clash in Paris card yet. I'm certainly not aware that the Wyatt Sicks are on that card, but it looks like they are travelling over to be a part of this pre-show party. I suppose, though, that a lot of talent's going over for the tour. Obviously, there's going to be Raws and Smackdowns and house shows that are going to be taking place in Europe. It's not just Clash in Paris, is it? And then they come back. Like, there's a big build towards this show. So I'd imagine a lot of talent are just going over for that reason. So there we go. Interesting. Brady, thank you. This is really interesting. Natalya says that she feels that Naomi needs space right now, and she will talk about her absence when she's ready, and seemingly that could be Monday. Obviously, we found out Naomi is going to talk about the state of the women's division. I'm guessing that's going to include whatever she's going through and if she's going to have to forfeit the title or whatever. So, especially for the locker room, it's one of those things that, well, someone will know what's going on. But in this situation, like, Naomi is a really close personal friend of mine, but I just feel like it's a time right now where she needs space. So usually when something crazy is going on, I don't think it's crazy in a bad way, but I think that, like, obviously it's private and it's personal. So she's talking about how she needs space and how something crazy is going on, but maybe not crazy in a bad way. It's personal and private. I don't know. That still feels very pregnancy type rumors to me, you know? Crazy, not in a bad way, needs some space. Don't know. I mean, that's, you know, at the moment, I like the crazy. I don't think it's crazy in a bad way. I like that line. That's good. I feel like she'll talk about it when she's ready, but I know she would have loved to have wrestled Io on Monday. So there we go. Some words from Natalya. Yeah, this is so interesting because I had forgot about this. Do you remember when Heyman went up to Sami and said, listen, we don't need you around right now. You know, we've got the Seth group and we've got Braun, we got Bronson. We think it would be in everyone's best interest if you go to SmackDown. And Sami turned around and was like, no, I'm not going to do it. They even said they would get him a title opportunity if he agreed to go to SmackDown, and he turned them down. And now he's gone to SmackDown and he doesn't have a world title opportunity. That's really, really well remembered. So Sancho West said, do you remember when Paul Heyman offered Sami a transfer to SmackDown and in return he would get an undisputed championship match? Pepper Ridge Farm remembers. Yeah, I honestly, the Sami to SmackDown thing just, it doesn't make much sense to me because, I mean, if he's going to win the Rumble, he'll choose who to go up against, but he ain't going to fight for the WWE title. So surely that means then if he did win the Rumble, he's going to choose to fight for the World Heavyweight Championship, which means he's going to be Raw focused again as we head towards WrestleMania. Like, I don't know. I mean, if this is just to put him in a feud with Solo, why transfer him? Why not just, I don't know, leave him on Raw and just allow him to come over because he's got a personal issue with Solo that he wants to get sorted out? Like, I don't feel like he needed to be transferred to SmackDown. And then when this was mentioned, I was like, God, yeah, now it makes even less sense. So I thought that was interesting. So Enigma, thank you. Oh, yeah, this is from Sean Ross Sapp. And, I mean, look, this could just be Dave Meltzer being Dave Meltzer. This is coming from Wrestling Observer Newsletter, but just something to be aware of. So based on figures that Netflix reported from a variety of places, last week's Raw did 920,000 viewers live same day, right? So we know that after like 7 days, it goes to about 2.5 million, something like that. But I believe that's not live and same day. That's 7 days, right? I also don't know if this is just America or if that's a global number. Maybe this is just live, same day, in America, 920,000. I mean, I've literally only got this to go off, right? So I don't know if that's a global number or just American number, but that's what Wrestling Observer are saying, right? If you compare that with Dynamite last Wednesday, Dynamite would need to get another 209,000 viewers from HBO Max to beat that number, a figure it almost surely beats. So Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer, are saying Raw did 920,000 live same day. They think AEW, when you add in the Max numbers as well, they think AEW might be beating that number now, which might explain as to why WWE have now started to put up shows against AEW shows. Like, this could actually be closer than what we think. You know, obviously the number comes out from Netflix that Raw's 2.5 million, 2.6 million, something like that. But that is across 7 days of viewership, and it's also the global number, right? And then, of course, we see the number for AEW, and that is just what they did on Wednesday night on, you know, whatever network they're on, TNT or whatever, TBS. And they normally get like 650, something like that, 650,000. So the gap seems absolutely huge. But actually, when you boil it down, it probably is a hell of a lot closer than what we kind of think, to be honest. Probably is a lot closer. I don't know that this is right. I don't know that AEW are beating Raw on the same day. And I would think after 7 days and whatever, like Raw ends up getting more viewers anyway. But I don't know. Interesting. So you'll have to decide if you believe that. Sean Ross Sapp said, I'd like to see this formula because I doubt it. So Sean's not quite buying into it, but I thought you might find it interesting. Let's go, Karrion. There's a couple of bits here. So, Kian, thank you. So, higher ups in WWE reportedly don't know if Karrion's releases a work or not, but they do expect him to return to the company. And it's true, isn't it? I mean, the thing with Karrion is that he might be out of WWE right now, but that door is not closed. Even if it's not a work, he could find himself returning in like 12 months' time. I mean, he got released before and found a way back when Triple H brought him back. So I don't know that door's closed. Look at Cody. Cody ended up leaving when he was frustrated and he was Stardust. Went off and, you know, did what he did and then ended up coming back and massive star. So sometimes stepping away, it's not the worst thing in the world. But obviously there's a lot of people that would like to see him just, you know, staying with WWE. Yeah, this was just funny. Wrestle Night said it's over. They're gone. We've got to stay loud. I mean, honestly, to me, this is just a bit weird because obviously this was everywhere yesterday. And we actually put it in unseen because it was all over social media. And so the fact that these shirts had not been marked down and people were like reading into that as being like, oh, maybe he's not been let go. Right? And now all of a sudden they mark the shirts down. I don't know, man. To me, this is weirder than yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't think was weird. If you've got shirts that are selling, why would you mark them down? You don't need to. You don't need to. Right? If you mark stuff down to get rid of it, to clear it out, I mean, these shirts are saying they're almost gone anyway. So why mark them down? Why mark them down? I actually said this yesterday. If the shirts are selling and you don't need to mark them down, you just sell them at full price. You mark them down to clear them. But these things are amongst bestsellers anyway. They're all got this most popular tag on. So this doesn't make sense to me. I wonder if someone at WWE shop saw that all this chatter was doing the rounds, that these shirts had not been marked down, and so they jumped on and did it because maybe that's a protocol. If someone leaves, like, you don't even care if they sell or not, they get marked down and that is it. I don't know, to be honest with you, I didn't think much about them not being marked down, but now they have. I find this more interesting because it doesn't make sense. Why would you mark down stuff that's selling? It doesn't make sense. CM Chunk, shout out to you. One person involved in independent wrestling brought up that Karrion Kross and Scarlett are charging a very high price. And after a conversation, said they weren't buying any of this regarding the departure. So that is someone in independent wrestling just getting a vibe that something's not right. And actually, if you want to book them, it's really expensive. And after having a conversation with them, something felt off. So, I don't know. The never ending, is it a work? Is it a shoot? It rumbles along. I mean, I'm just going to say what I've said all along. There is so much about this that doesn't feel right. There's so much about this that is weird. Even when Karrion sat down with Ariel Helwani, he basically said, if it feels weird to you, it's because it feels weird to me as well. Like, it's weird. There's a lot about this that's weird. I am not going to be shocked if this is a work. I will be more shocked if this is really happening. But honestly, there's the waters are muddy, man. The waters are very, very muddy. So there we go. That was the Karrion folder. Let's have a look, shall we, and see SmackDown. Now, obviously, we just did that video, the talking points video. I need to try and make some sort of thumbnail for that. So we've kind of emptied the folder out, but these are just a few other bits that have dropped since that video. So Carmelo said, shout out to the hometown for showing love tonight. Grinding out here for years before making it to WWE. I felt the respect tonight. Obviously, we were in Boston. The women's division better be on high alert. Kiana is making moves. Of course, that brilliant Nikki Cross reflection. That was so clever. And here's a Kiana saying facts. I'm really interested in her going around trying to recruit other people. I mean, if she'd have known Nikki was right there, she could have given her a little business card as well. So, you know, I'm quite interested to see where this is going to go. And she's a great wrestler in her own right. I mean, I saw her compete at a house show last year for NXT. She was fantastic. Really fantastic. She really did put in like a lot of effort. It's one of those where I was at a house show and like, you know, there's people that are putting in great performances. No one was dialing it in. Everyone was like giving their all, but Kiana was just like next level. She was kind of like, you know, looking around at the crowd, trying to engage with them, really reaching out, and just I didn't feel like she could be doing any more than what she was doing. And I was in a room of just a couple of hundred people, you know. I've got a lot of time for Kiana. I'm quite excited now she's back. Let's see, you know, what we do with her. So interesting. Slagent said, you're all popping for sexier Piper, but not one of you caught the Reservoir Dogs dance. That's it. You're all getting bonked and sent to horny jail. So apparently this was a little reference to Reservoir Dogs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, here I am. So look at that. We've got a little show being put on by Piper, and apparently it was a Reservoir Dogs dance. Right, I've got next, Kiana James. Answer my calls. Kiana's like, it's on my very long list of to-dos. So there we go. Meechin desperately trying to get hold of Kiana. She wants next against Julia. And of course, Sami, part of the SmackDown roster, as we said. I think that was probably the big kind of talking point, the major talking point from a show perspective, you know, from a creative perspective. The fact that they've moved Sami, which, as we said, little strange. I think they just want to get him stuck in with Solo, and that could end up being quite a long feud. I mean, Sami might be engaging with that all the way up to Survivor Series and beyond. So, you know, that it could be that. Right, let's have a look at other, shall we? Trick Williams defeated Moose to retain the TNA World title at Emergence. So there we go. Still TNA champ. Charlie, thank you. Yeah, so The Miz, look at this, goes 11 minutes. I actually watched it all. The Miz said one of his biggest regrets was when he was in developmental. Paul Heyman said, do you want to come and help me like structure the show, write the show? I think Heyman is very much door open. I'll tell you as much as you want to know. Come and learn how to produce, come and learn how to book, come and learn how to set up a ring. Like, if you're in developmental with Heyman, he's just going to, you know, what do you want to know? And I'd imagine even if you're working with Heyman, like if you're in the bloodline or something, you can just, you know, pick his brain, get the knowledge. And actually, Miz was down in developmental with Paul, and Paul said, come and book the show. Come and, you know, come and throw some ideas around. And apparently Miz turned it down. And he said he really regrets that now, because seeing like that side of the business really helps with, you know, in-ring. And he was like, the reason I turned it down was because, you know, I was not very popular anyway. I'd come from the reality show, and so everyone saw me as an outsider. Could you imagine how they would see me if they heard I was booking the show? So he kind of turned it down. But yeah, that was OVW TV. And yeah, that's one of his biggest regrets. How crazy is that? I thought that was so interesting. He could have named so many things, but instead he named something from before he even made it to WWE, when he was in the WWE developmental system. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you. So here, look, we've got Apollo Crews. I completely forgot about Apollo Crews. WWE's Apollo Crews back in ring training with Eli Knight at the Dungeon after being out with injury since January. I mean, he's just someone I've completely forgot about. Apollo Crews is just an enigma to me. He is a guy that somehow has stayed with WWE and has never really connected with the audience. I mean, I feel like when he was doing that fake Nigerian accent and he had Babatunde, I don't think Babatunde was going by that name at that time. Wasn't he like something Aziz? So he had that character. I think that was probably the most he was ever used. And then really it's just been bits and bobs here and there, you know? It's just crazy, isn't it? I mean, he must be a really lovely guy. So I wonder how they're going to use him, though. How are they going to use him? What can you do with Apollo Crews in 2025, 2026? I want to see it, man. Put him with R-Truth. Make them be like some sort of Legends tag team. I mean, Apollo was pretty decent on the indie circuit. And, I don't know how old he is, but I think he's getting on a little bit in age now. I wonder if you could maybe put them two together as a pretty fun tag team or something if we're struggling next year for stuff to do with R-Truth. Because obviously R-Truth, we wasn't expecting him to stick around. So, I don't know, man. We'll have to see. I'm very interested to see what they'll end up. Probably nothing is the answer. Probably nothing. Destin, shout out to you. I really didn't know whether to include this or not because these kinds of things can be faked. And honestly, I like to be able to see the tweet myself. And when I went to WrestleMania, there was none of this on their account. So I was like, is this fake? I still don't know, honestly. I mean, what I've heard has happened is someone saw that Over the Limit September 20th was being advertised and they took a screenshot of it before it was then taken down. And then WrestleMania saw that and then they put this up, I think, on Facebook, not on Twitter. So I was on Twitter and they didn't put anything on Twitter about this. So I've not seen big accounts talking about this. That Fightful have not spoke about this. I haven't seen like PW Insider or WrestleVotes, or I haven't seen anyone talk about this apart from this WrestleMania thing, and even they didn't post anything on X. So I'm like, I don't know if this is true. It's not a big deal. So I'm just letting you know. A lot of people are expecting September 20th to be Bad Bloods, but there's a graphic here, and it's a nice looking graphic as well. There's a graphic here maybe suggesting we're going to get the return of Over the Limit. And, that could be the graphic for it. So there we go. Take it with the biggest pinch of salt, right? The biggest pinch of salt. Right, let's have a look, shall we, and see what's in the fun folder. So Sean Rossap said, since when did they start having clothes at Kroger? So this is a shop in America. But yes, look at this. Wrestling shirts. It's interesting, isn't it? So if you've got a Kroger by you, then you could pick up some WWE shirts. I'm guessing at a decent price. So there we go. Kroger price. So here we've got, I believe this is Greece, where we've actually got Stephanie and we've got Triple H on holiday. And so here they are on holiday. Liv Morgan said Steph has always been a babe. So there we go. These pictures all over social media. I bet Triple H and Steph are going to be really surprised that these are doing the rounds. I believe it was TMZ that have taken these pictures. There are other pictures as well. So here we've got that one of them sat down. There's Triple H as well. I feel sorry for Triple H because we know Triple H has got a defibrillator kind of put into his chest after his heart issues. I've actually heard him talking about how he just can't sort of do the same level of intensity in the gym anymore. So I mean, he's really been hampered by that. So, listen, that's life, isn't it? So here we go. TMZ with the pictures. And I don't even know if they spotted them. To be honest, I don't even know if they knew they were being watched, but there we go. Apparently on vacation in Greece. That's good, isn't it? Batman. Obviously, we heard that Charles Robinson had been bitten by a bat the other day, and so now he's turned into Batman. So, Silverback, thank you. Here's Dijak, right? He was in Retribution, and he has heard the news that Slapjack, the trademark, has been placed. So here we go. Is this the return of Dijak? Is he coming back to WWE as Slapjack? Let's go. Silverback again, thank you. Robbie, shout out to you. So here we just got some footage of Mr. Iguana with Yaeska, is it? Yaeska. So here he is with a dog. Look, dog don't give a flip, mate. Absolutely does not give a flip. Look at that. And all the crowd are like, oh, leave the dog alone. Doesn't want your stupid puppet on him. So there we go. Just absolutely could not be bothered. Look, even the dog, what's this clown doing? That's what the dog's saying there. I like the respect being shown, though. Any disrespect to dogs will not be tolerated. Like that. I'm not tolerating that. Get it off him. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. You gave him a little bit of love after. That's fine. There we go. That dog's a don. Right, Kelly the Wise Lady, thank you. Nails and NY. This is brilliant. Look, Nails and NY says dying. This is the greatest TikTok ever. I've got to take the sound down, right? But I can tell you it's Celine Dion. Celine Dion. Canada's own Celine Dion, right, is playing. Here's Chelsea, right? Mouthing along, and then bang, look at this. We got the Canadian flag in the background. There's Ethan, look. Look at the stairway as well. We got the hair going and everything. Like, it's good, isn't it? It's really, really good. That's on Chelsea Green's TikTok account. Bang. I love the light being swirled around in the back. Oh, and there as well. It's good. That is really, really good. That is really good. Very good. Right. Larry, thank you. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte have now got matching hairstyles.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not going to do it. I did it. Girl, don't.
That's actually really good. Do it again.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not going to do it. I did it. Girl.
I'd like to see the original of that, to be honest. I'd like to know what the original thing was about. So there we go. I thought that was excellent. And there we go. Steph, always a babe. Facts. Right, let's do community. Taker 1990 said, got a new shirt off eBay. So there we go. Hulkamania Hulk Hogan shirt. So congrats. Very nice, buds. Word of Wrestling, congrats. Got a like from Karrion. Very good. Very good. Undeniably Martin says, here are pictures that scream 1,000 words. These are lifetime memories. 3 of the Mount Rushmore of the wrestling industry in the ring at the same time. An iconic entrance by a 14-time champ. The view from my seat. And The Undertaker moments after the streak was finally broken. These are just 4 of the images that I took that night. So, I mean, to actually be here for this is incredible. I mean, this really is one of the great kind of WWE shows, WrestleMania 30. I mean, obviously the card could have been a bit stronger. I'm not saying it's the greatest. It's not like WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 19. But honestly, there's some absolutely epic moments that go down at this show. Epic moments. Yeah, look at that bit there. So there we've got The Rock and Hogan and Stone Cold. I mean, what a way to kick off the show that was. There, of course, with Alexa and Sasha and Charlotte and Triple H making his entrance right at the start of the show. I believe that was in his match, was it, with Daniel Bryan? Because Daniel had to win that to get to the final. And then there, of course, Undertaker, just moments after the streak ended. Incredible. I actually watched that in a pub in Southampton live whilst it was on. I was, as I said, in a pub watching that, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So, brilliant. Well done, my friends. Here, Dexter said, I'm here. So here we've got Dexter actually at Smackdown. Hope you had a great time, my friends. So Dexter at Smackdown. I thought the show was all right, honestly. I thought it was all right. So Wrestle Night with his It's Over, They're Gone tweet actually got a like from Karrion Kross. So there we go, Karrion acknowledging that tweet. So Wrestle Night, shout out to you. And Wrestle Night then went and purchased these Karrion Kross shirts. So there we go. We want Cross, we want Scarlet. Matt's with the Dexter Loomis figure and the new Bray Wyatt figure as well. So some really good stuff out there if you are a Wyatt Sicks fan. And talking of that, Matt, look, with just a little few images of his collection. So here we've got loads of Funko Pops. We've got I think that's probably the mask, is it not, inside the bag? There's the mask. And you can just see, I mean, look at all these WWE Funko Pops as well. I mean, crazy. And it goes all around here, I can tell. So we got the Nikki mask up there. We've got the Lily doll up there as well. And a few other bits, but there's obviously Bray and some Fiends and lots of Alexas down here as well. So loads of bits there. So thank you for sharing that, buds. Really interesting. So Matt, shout out to you. And Kat said, straight from Boston. Hi, Daze. So Kat's daughter. Let's clip this. We'll take the sound down. But here, look, we can see going into the TD Gardens. And there we are with the seats and the view. Nice. You can see the entranceway as well. So you could see everyone coming down. Yeah, man. I hope you had a great time. God, it's so good seeing everyone as they're about to go in. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think Kat did send me something else as well. If we go down, I retweeted that. Oh, yeah, Kat sent me these as well. So these were just some clips from the show. There is copyright stuff in there, though. So, but yeah, just, you know, you get to see like lots of different moments from the show. So brilliant. Brilliant. And I did that as well. Look what I did. Yeah. Right. Let's go over to thanks and let's get out of here. So it's Kaz, Edwards, He Who Smiles, Elite Pro Wrestling Forum, Huddle Talk, it's Kaz again, CM Chunk, Word of Wrestling, Eric, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, J Omega, Sweet Chin Wrestling, He Who Smiles, I feel like I'm in a never-ending loop, Raymond, Big Bam, Claire Webb, and Michael. Really appreciate the support, and I appreciate everyone joining us for this. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Unseen. Don't forget, we've got that Talking Points video. Going to look to do that again on Monday. And yeah, I just think I can get that video out quite quick after the show is finished. Kind of, you know, talk about all the big talking points from that show. Probably gives us a bit more room in here as well. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back later with UFC. And, of course, we'll be back on Monday with Raw as well. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.